Hey everybody. So the theme of today's class is just to be able to get moving. You know, a lot of us are stuck and stiff and really uncertain about where we're even allowed to go and what we're allowed to do. So you put on this video, you get moving a little bit, you release some of those endorphins out of your clogged areas, and you just get that digestive tract moving, muscles feel good. So the theme of this class is just let's flow a little bit. Let's get it moving, let's breathe, and let's have some fun. So if you want, you could be sitting on any kind of a blanket just for cushioning your tailbone, or you could have some blocks that you may choose to use at a certain point. Blocks are not required. You would use them to bring the earth up to you so you don't have to hunch in different positions. Again, they're not required. I don't know how much I'll be using them. So let's just begin, let's breathe, let's have some fun. That's really all it's about. So let's close our eyes. Try to press down into your hips so your head grows a little bit taller. Take a deep breath in through your nose and feel it rise from the belly through the chest into the collarbones and up to the skull. On your exhale, feel a sink from the skull through the neck, the shoulders get heavy, the chest gets smaller, and the belly contracts until the last bits of stale air are gone. Breathing in through the nose, envisioning a straight line up the spine from tail to skull. Breathing out, feeling the shoulders relax, the tension ebbs out of the neck, the inner thighs are soft, the toes are loose. Let's start to add a little bit of movement onto the breath. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up over our heads. And exhale, bring them down the midline. Again, keep your inner thighs and your toes soft. You're getting your head high because you're pressing down into your hips, breathing up, exhaling down. So we're starting to find a little bit of balance, returning the body systems, recalibrating them towards a homeostasis, towards our most balanced existence where we don't feel that tug of being off balance. So even with our first effort of our circle sweeps, we're balancing the effort of the inhale with the effort and length of the exhale. Let's sweep our arms up this time and breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. So what we're going to do is start to warm up the core. Notice my arms aren't changing with reference to my torso. I'm bending from the waist. And then pressing into the legs, turning that core on, raising back up. Notice the arms stay the same with reference to the torso. The bend is from the waistband. This is hardest a few inches right before the ground and a few inches right after the ground. So go slow at those points to really, as we do one more, get the Uddiyana Bandha fired up, our deepest core strength in the belly. One more time, pressing down into the feet, turning those core muscles on and raising back up. Exhaling over to your right, nice lateral flexion, side bend, opening up that left side. Inhale back up, exhaling over to the left, feeling the stretch of the right rib muscles, of that ascending colon, of the spine deep inside, back up. And exhale, let's come over our knees into hands and knees. Like I said, we're just going to start moving. Inhale, we're going to walk forward a bit into our knee plank. Try not to let the hips fall south of the armpit knee line. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, when you come forward, your hands should be under your armpits, not wider and not under your ears. Leave your hands there when you sit back. Notice your tush won't get all the way to your heels. It's more of a stretch for the upper body. One more time, finding that core strength, not letting the pelvis succumb to gravity. Exhaling back, feeling the armpits. This time, come forward into your knee plank. Breathe in. Hands closer to each other, thumbs almost touching. Exhale, hug your elbows in and squeeze your torso through those forearms all the way to the ground. Inhaling into Bhujangasana, our cobra. Exhaling, lift from the hips, look at the legs, our first down dog. When you get to your down dog, you want to have big, giant starfish hands. You want to spread your fingers out and distribute the weight off the wrists. You want to pedal into your legs, starting to stretch one leg at a time, nice and slow. And then you want to imagine that you have a rhinoceros horn And you're going to scrape around on the mat underneath you, just loosening up some of the cervical spine. Let's raise our right leg behind us and breathe in. Exhale, step on through. Left knee down, walk your hands back. You could be using blocks or not. Breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana, half splits. Exhale, come forward, back to your down dog. Wide starfish hands, rhinoceros horn scraping, and leg pedaling. Left leg up behind you, breathe in. Exhale, step it all the way through, as many steps as it takes not to fling it. Right knee down, walk back, exhale into your hamstring stretch, your Ardha Uttanasana. Come forward, breathing in, right knee up. Exhale, down dog. Starfish hands, rhinoceros horn movement, leg pedaling. Let's slowly walk to the front of our mat this time, breathing in. When we arrive, from feet to mat width, bend the knees and just dangle yourself. We have real bent knees so that the legs are a sturdy base and we can let our shoulders shimmy and our ribs dangle from the hips. Place your feet back to hip width, which is 2 of your fists together inside your feet like bookends. And then inhale, half fold, hands on your hips, flat back like a coffee table. Exhale into your first chair. Utkatasana, hands to heart center. In every chair that we do, you don't want your knees to overshadow your toes, so your booty goes back. Inhale, sweep your arms up into standing. Exhale, back to chair. So let's find a little flow here. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Sweeping up, pushing through your heels. Exhale, hug a pillow to your chest. Look over your level knuckles at eye height. Sweeping up. Again, look over level knuckles at eye height for a level chin. Once more, sweeping up. And exhale, chair, hands to heart center, or Anjali Mudra. Find that balance in your palms and in your practice and in your breath. Hands on the ground, stepping your right leg back. This time, place your right knee on the ground, sit back into your hamstring stretch, and then walk forward. Let your heart see forward out the windshield. Sitting back, I'm pulling your tail. Your arms come with you so that they're under your armpits, very stable. And then walking forward again. Once more, inhaling back, taking your arms with you. Exhale forward. Right knee up. Slide to down dog. Starfish. Rhinoceros. Pedal the legs. Glide forward into your plank. Hands closer to each other in the middle. On knees, or this time toes, all the way down. Hugging your elbows in. Inhale, cobra. Level chin. Exhale. Lift from the hips. Rolling back. Now inhale up on your tiptoes. Exhale like a stadium wave, a tuck in your pelvis rolls out through your chest, flat plank. Inhale, tail up. Exhale, hips up and roll forward. Once more. Tiptoes, tuck the pelvis to the belly, roll out to flat. This time back to down dog, breathing in. Bend the knees, look at the thumbs. Breathing out, walk or float this time to your forward fold. Inhales are half folds. Make sure all the toes are facing forward, not 10 and 2. Exhale, chair. Half fold. Push your hips back, grow your head forward, straight legs, hamstring stretch. Exhale, chair. Quadricep work, core work. Hug the shoulders back. Half fold, spinal length again, reach that head forward. Exhale, chair. Booty back, not knees in front of toes. Sweeping up, we inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Left leg back. Left knee down. Maybe using your blocks, maybe not. Inhale, walk back. Exhale, forward. Let your heart see out the windshield, high, proud chest. Walking back and forward. One more back And last time forward. Tuck your left toes, raise the knee, and we're into our down dog. And we're looking for our starfish. Our hands are wide, palms depressed like a suction cup. Then we're finding our rhinoceros horn. And we're going to draw a hieroglyphic on the mat under us that represents yoga and how we feel to be able to be moving today. Maybe a light pedal through the feet. And then our vinyasa, inhaling to plank, knee or toe, but hands closer. Exhale, hug your elbows in, squeeze your torso through the forearms. Pull the heart through to cobra or up dog. And then lift from the hips back to our down dog, starfish hands. Right leg up, breathe in. Exhale toward its own elbow. Look at the space under your nose. Back up, breathe in, wide fingers, look at your left knee. Exhale toward the left elbow. Look under your nose on the mat. Back up, breathe in, light fingers. Exhale, step through. Left knee down, climb up your thigh into our low crescent, feeling that psoas stretch. Guys, your hip isn't on the knee. Your hip is in front of the knee, yet this front right knee doesn't go past the toes. So give yourself some space. Place the hands down, left knee up, breathe in. Exhale, rotation to the right. Push strongly through your left heel and hug your shoulders back onto your core out of your neck. Right hand inside the foot, straddle fold. And then let's move side to side, staying level on our feet and just swiping right and swiping left with our tail. Breathe in, open your toes. Breathe out, switch, relax your jaw, your throat. One more time, inhale over to the right leg. Exhale over to the left leg. And turn around forward again, framing your right foot. Breathe in. And exhale, use your energy to come to down dog or three-limb down dog. Stay and pedal your legs if you're tight, or flow unless your shoulders don't want you to. If you kept your right leg up, you have to put it down before cobra or up dog. Level chin, lift from the hips, roll through the core. Starfish hands, shake out your jaw. Maybe a little hieroglyphics with your rhinoceros horn. Left leg up, breathe in. Left knee towards its elbow. Back up. Look at the right knee, let your head dangle. Exhale, right elbow. Look at the space between your thumbs, don't turn your head right. Back up. And let's step through. Good, placing your right knee down this time. Walking slowly up into our low crescent again. Breathing in, you want a level chin. You want your left toes open. And remember, don't let your front knee go past your front toes. So positioning for safety. Put your right hand down, your left hand down, your right knee up, and rotation to the left. Hug the shoulders away from the ears. The elbows are allowed to be bent. Firm that right leg. Don't let the right knee collapse. Maybe even press into the left big toe mound so you don't roll to the outside of your foot. Left hand inside the foot. Straddle fold. Side to side. Breathe in one way. Breathe out the other. One more steady breath. So make no mistake about it. I'm trying to use our moving poses, our asanas, to find stress in the body. And then we're going to learn how to recalibrate back from stress to homeostasis, practicing our steady breathing, turn around forward again, even when we can't change the stress. Breathing in right here, collecting energy, exhaling down dog, or a three-limb. Staying and pedaling, or flowing if you choose. Inhale to your plank of choice. Exhale through your chaturanga. Foot down for sure, cobra or up dog. Lift from your hips, roll. The slower you go, the better. And then starfish hands. Rhinoceros head and neck. Let your legs pedal. Exhale out. This time, right leg up, breathe in. And make a hip circle. Bent knee to your chest, bent knee out to the right, and up into the air. Let's do another. Really get that femur head moving around like a rubber spatula in the socket of our hip, like a bowl. Last time. And then we're going to step that right foot through. Holding our lunge for one moment, move your fingertips back by the heel instead of the toes. See if you can lift that heart and further sink the hip. Then we're going to put our left foot down, warrior one. Sweep on up, breathe in. In your warrior one, hands to center. Your front knee bends. Your left leg is not bent, it's straight. And if your hips are looking left, like your toes are, in order to safely get the heel down, square your hips forward. If your back heel comes up, just widen your gait. You want the heel down. Arms up now, breathe in. Exhale, sweep your head forward. Arms back. Lift a shelf. Inhale up, keep that left leg straight. Exhale, throat over knee, over right heel, sweeping the arms back. One more time, keep the left leg straight. Up we come. And sweeping through. Hands to center now, turn your left toes forward. Pour yourself into a warrior three. Lengthen your left leg, hug your shoulders back from your neck, lift in the abdomen, and then come to Tadasana. Both feet level, shoulders back and down, heart lifted, chin level, breathe. Again, we are stressed right now, physically stressed. How are we dealing with it? We're breathing, even when the heart rate is accelerated. Inhaling steadily. And exhaling. Now let's sweep our arms up into the air. Inhale. Place your left hand on your hip and reach gently over. Coming back up, lifting high. Right hand on the hip, gently leaning right. Back up, breathe in. Exhale into your chair. Again, don't let the knees protrude past your vision of the toes, or buckle in, or turn out. That would indicate your toes aren't correctly forward like equal sign feet. So we can fix that. Sweeping up, breathe in. And exhale, chair again. This time, take your right hand, put it on your left knee. Take your left hand, put it on your left hip. Lift the belly up so that we don't arc the back and sprout a peacock tail. And then a gentle rotation of your ribs, like a barrel on the pole of your spine, to the left. Hug the shoulders down from the ears and don't let the right knee go in front of the left knee. Come back to center, lift up. Exhale, chair. Make sure your knees are in line with their own heel. Your left hand on the knee, your right hand on the hip. A little lift in your belly, and then rib rotation. Don't crane your neck really far, that doesn't help. Don't hold your breath, breathe in, keep those toes light. And back to center, sweep up. And forward fold, step or float to plank and into your down dog. Exhaling, starfish hands, rhinoceros horn in your head. Pedal the legs. If you want to flow, glide forward on your inhale, hands closer together. Slowly like a hovercraft. Pulling the heart up, the chin stays level. Lifting the hips, rolling. Down dog. Again, starfish hands. This time, left leg glides up, we breathe in. Exhale, hip circle. Light fingertips. Heavy forehead for back neck length. Loose jaw. And one more. Big one. And step it on through. Hold your lunge for a moment. Walking your fingers back by the heel. Again, you want your heart to look out the windshield, but your chin to stay level. So your vision may be to the front of your mat. Let's place our right foot on the ground for warrior one. And then sweep the arms up, breathing in. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Bend into your left knee, but keep the knife's edge of your back foot rooted. Your hips may be turning out with the back toes, which needed to turn out to keep the knee safe. But the hips should square forward again. Arms up now, breathe in. Left toes open, find your left footing, your Pada Bandha. And exhale, arms back, throat forward. Heart over knee, over heel. Sweep up, keep that right leg straight in the back. Exhale. Again up. And through. Good, sweeping up this time. Breathe in. And exhale, forward. Turn your right toes forward in the back. No more heel. Hands to heart center. Start pouring yourself forward onto your left foot. Lengthening your right leg firmly back behind you. You want to energize that back leg so it's not a heavy liability dangling there. Soft mouth. And come to mountain. Find your calm breath. Breathing in, tail to crown. Breathing out, turn your fingers down, grow hand roots. Right shoulder blade back and down, left shoulder blade back and down. But tuck your tailbone down or your pelvis up to keep that lower back spacious. Breathe in, tail to head. As you breathe out, discharge any negative energy down into the earth. That's what lightning is. Sweeping up, we'll breathe in. Right hand on your hip, leaning just a bit right. There's a lift and then a lean. Like you're going over a limbo pole. Which means I don't know how to limbo, I guess. Up. Exhale over to the left. But it's a lift up and over. Come back to center, reach on up, grab a pillow in the sky, hug it to your chest in your chair. Look with level eyes over level knuckles. Sweep up, push into the heels. Pull down, booty back. Knees don't go past the toes, they don't buckle in, they don't turn out. One more up. This time feet together. Exhale, sit back in your chair and squeeze a $100 bill between your knees. Once again, right hand on left knee, left hand on its hip. Sit your booty back a little lower and lift the navel up from the thighs. Screw the shoulders down from the ears. A little bit of left rotation. Don't let your right knee come in front of your left knee. If you did, it would show that your hips tilted and we got no twist. When the hips stay stable and the ribs look left, there's a real twist. Back to center, or I need a break. We'll all breathe in though. Exhale, I'll join you if you didn't take a break. Squeezing that $100 bill in the knees. Left hand on right knee, right hand on hip. Sit a little lower, scoop the belly up, shoulders back and down, and then we rotate at the ribs. Keeping the knees squeezed, therefore keeping the hips level, not our whole body tilting left. Or right. Coming up, breathe in. And forward fold. Step your left leg back. Rotate around to the side, straddle fold. And let's find our breath. Open your toes up. Exhale, side to side. Now, this might be a great way to stretch the hips, the inner thighs, and the outer ankles, but what about using this position to really let the spine go? So, right now, your knees think that they're leading the way. Going side to side, right? Envision the knees are leading. Now, I want you to start leading with your tailbone. Take your tailbone side to side. Get really dramatic about it. And then your ribs want to be the leader. And your ribs are going side to side. And your head and shoulders start to dangle heavy. And now your shoulders think they're leading. We keep the toes open so we feel grounded and safe. And then the head might go side to side. And then we'll stop in the middle and just exhale, let gravity have our spine. You can be on your hands, you can come to your elbows.
If your head comfortably touches, you may reach out and hold the feet. If you need a bigger stretch up in the hamstrings, you might come to your hands and walk them back behind you. Whatever's working for your needs. There's no beginner or advanced. Breathe in and widen your side seams. The side seams of your shirt's getting wider. Exhale out. Coming back to our hands, breathing in. Place your right knuckles on the ground under your sternum. Breathing out, raise your left arm into the air. Keep the toes open and screw your shoulders back from your earlobes onto the core. Left hand on the ground, breathe in, toes open, and now raising our right arm up. Shoulders hugged back. We have no need to take that right hand any higher than feels good to the shoulder. Coming back, breathing in. One more each way. Exhaling, you raise your left arm up. Inhaling, coming on back down. Exhaling one more time, raise that right arm up. And then coming on back, let's rotate around to our right leg again. Back to the front of our mat. Breathing in. And breathing out, down dog. Starfish hands. Rhinoceros horn is now making a hieroglyphic on the mat. Maybe drawing a picture of yourself doing yoga. Drawing a picture. Put a little smiley face on that picture of you. And a little light paddle in the heels. If you wish to flow, coming forward on an unrushed inhale, moving the hands closer, closer. Exhaling, hovercraft halfway or all the way. Pulling the heart forward and up, but level chin. Lifting the slowest you can. Rolling back. Exhale out forever. Right leg up, breathing in. And then knee to its own chest, well, towards the center of the chest, lifting the navel up. Back up, look at the left knee, fingers are light. Again, into the chest. Try to dome the back. Inhale one more time up. And exhale, bring it in. Try not to fling it. You can grab it and put it where you want it. Try not to fling. Now we're going to put our left foot perpendicular to the right foot for a warrior two stance. Your left bicep will be by your left cheekbone. Your vision will be towards the wall your fingers are pointing at. Now, your left hand towards the sky. Again, your vision towards the fingers. Push into your right heel. Imagine I've grabbed your left wrist. Slower than you want to, come to warrior two. Ooh, straighten that right leg, get a little relief, breathe in. And as you breathe out, bend back into the knee. Now the safety of warrior two is that all of your right toes should face the short end of the mat, not the left front corner. When you bend your knee, it should track with the middle toes. And if you took a line from your right heel, it should hit your left arch. Push into your right heel, arms up. Straight legs, open toes. Exhale. Back to your warrior two. Your right hand is palm up, your left hand is palm down. Push into your right heel again, breathing in. And then back down. Right hand faces up, left hand down. Draw your right knee righter, strengthening your external rotator so your hip doesn't bear too much weight of a knee buckling in. One more up. And let's hold our warrior two now. Looking over. That right palm up, thinking about something in our future that we're going to be a little bit more receptive to. Maybe not optimistic, but we're going to stop struggling against it. Conflict and struggle are not steps on the path to positive transformation. Right leg straight, left hand drapes on the hip. Reach that right arm high, stretching that right side. And then cartwheeling down, back into our lunge. On this lunge, you're going to take your left foot in halfway. You're going to take your fingertips to either blocks or no blocks, but there's going to be a tripod of left fingertips, right fingertips, and a right foot. And then you're going to pour yourself onto that tripod and push your left leg back. Now, it's okay if your right leg is not straight. I want you to be able to touch. I do want your left leg straight. I do want your neck long, no shoulders in it. Flex the left ankle so the toes face down, and they're probably now facing left. Spiral them to truly face down, and you'll feel more stretch on your right hip. Breathe in, ball yourself up like a lollipop. Breathe out, extend both legs and your neck. Twice more. Reach your head forward, reach your leg backwards, not high. Once more. Balling up, draw the navel up from the thighs. Exhale, we're focusing on length of the left leg and neck. And then slowly bend your right knee and land your left foot back, back, back. Into our lunge. Put your right hand on your tailbone and push the hips a little lower, and then right hand back down. It can be on your left knee or your left toes. We're coming up into crescent. We're on the left knee or we're on the left toes. If you choose to be on your left toes, really push that heel back. Your right toes are open, your shoulders are screwed down even while reaching the arms up. And then we have options. Hands can be on the thigh, this is the most supportive, but you still get a balance challenge. You eliminate the balance challenge if you put your left hand down, but you get a deeper stretch on the left hip. Or third option, you hook an elbow, push your right hand into your left hand, and this is a balance challenge with a deeper twist. Let's choose whatever we're choosing and take one more breath. And then hands down, left knee up if it was on the ground. We're coming into our straddle fold. And right away, just find your footing and start going side to side. Okay, just start going side to side. You're in your own little world. Breathing in and breathing out. Now, start to imagine that your tailbone is leading. The tailbone's leading. And we're breathing. And the toes are open. And the jaw is soft. And now the ribs are leading. And now the shoulders are leading. And your head is dangling. And you decide the next 15, 20 seconds. Do you want to keep going side to side? Or do you want to do a little rotation? Okay, exhaling on your rotation, inhaling back to center. Or would you like to sit still and maybe go a little deeper? Blow all of your air out. Breathe in. Breathe out again. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Come to your hands if you weren't on them. All this rotating is good for the hips, I promise. Around to the front of your mat again and into your down dog. First, starfish hands. Second, rhinoceros horn, neck movements, cervical relief. And then pedal through the heels, nice stretching in the legs. Doing that or flowing, and then we'll move on and finish our second side. Make sure from your cobra or up dog, you lift and roll slowly. Left leg up, breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose. Back up, fingers spread. Again, lift your abdominal wall up into the spine to dome it. One more, fingers open. Exhale, hold it in, and then put the foot through. Try not to fling. Now we're going to put our right heel down for a warrior two footing. You should have your left fingertips right outside the left foot. Your right bicep's going to be by your cheekbone, and your vision is towards the wall your right fingertips are pointing at. Then your right arm towards the sky, an elbow bend is more than fine, and your vision is looking up. Find your left heel. Push into it as I slowly lift you by your wrist. And we're coming on up to warrior two.
Find that your left toes are facing forward, not even a little right. And then when we bend into the knee, we're working actively in the external rotators up at the hip to pull the left knee lefter. Push into the heel, arms up, straight legs. Exhale, warrior two. Draw that left knee lefter. Shoulders relaxed. Long wingspan. Twice more. Showing a steady breath even when we don't feel very steady on the inside. Push into the heel. Toes are open. Hug the shoulders down even as the arms go up. This time right hand drapes on the right thigh, left leg is straight, and we lift our left arm up. Opening the toes, rooting into the foot pads, lifting, stretching that left side. And then warrior two. Good. Let's cartwheel the arms around to the front, into our lunge, and stop right there. Now, we're going to take our right foot a little closer, hands a little wider and forward, make that tripod, push up. You can use blocks, you can use the ground, your left knee could be bent or straight. I want you to be able to touch. Your right leg is pushing back, flexed at the ankle, and toes rotating in an inward spiral to face downward, not outward. Inhale, lollipop. Exhale, extension. Twice more, coil in. Lift the navel up from the thighs. Exhale, extend. Grow your head forward like you're going to press a button with your head and win a prize. Once more, coil up. Lift the belly off the thighs. Exhale, hit a prize with your heel. Hit a prize with your head. And then bend the left knee. Land the right leg slowly back, 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 back. And we're into our lunge. Keep your hands down. Your right knee could be on the ground, or you could stay on your toes. You decide. So we would come up to a low crescent on the knee, or we would come up to a high crescent on the toes. It doesn't matter which crescent we choose. Then we start recalibrating ourselves out of our stress, even while we're still in it. So we find that steady breath. We find our drishti. Our drishti is the focal point for our eyes. And it doesn't matter what you stare at, it's that your mind is focusing through the tunnel of your eyes. Now, three options. A lot of support, still a good amount of balance, rotation at the ribs. Or ground support, which is also a deeper hip stretch, and an arm up. Or, remember, your knee could be down in the back for any of these choices. You could hook. Now, if you do this, see how my hands are up on my armpit? Press your top hand into the right bottom hand to try to get the hands in front of your chest. Your gaze is wherever feels like good alignment for your neck. Woo, we can't do any more of that. Let's come on back down. Breathe in, right knee up. Breathe out, down dog. Starfish, rhinoceros, and a little leg pedal. It's going to be our last down dog, so if you'd like to stay here, go ahead. Or if you want to flow, this will be your last vinyasa. Slowly breathing. Remember, hands a lot closer. And then let's come into child's pose. In your child's pose, your knees could be open or closed. Your arms could be longer or more bent. What I want you to do is find your backpack. I want you to breathe into it for 6 counts in your head. If you don't get to 6, count them while you're in the retention phase, and then exhale for 8. I know you can do that. That's not a skill problem. That would be a will problem. On your inhales to 6, if you can't inhale all the way to 6, that's fine. Hold it while finishing your 6 count. You can do the 8 count. One more time for you. We're all on different paces here. Breathing in 6, breathing out 8. When you personally, don't rush it, when you're done, you're going to come up and you're going to start churning the belly. So we can start with a familiar cat-cow. Okay, make sure your hands are back under your armpits. Nobody's armpits are mat width, guys. And this is not armpits, that's in front of my head. So back here under the armpits. Once you've gotten into your familiar cat-cow, here's our churn. We're going to go up on one side, over to the other, down, over to the other side, lift. And so at this point, my ribs feel like a really slow double Dutch jump rope or a cement truck mixer. But this really puts strength to connecting all the different abdominal and back muscles, kind of like sewing the patches together to make an effective quilt. Let's reverse it. Up, over, down, over. Up and over, and down. One more. And stop. All right, walk your hands forward, not too wide. We're in our knee plank. If your wrists are feeling a little sensitive, come to your elbows. A plank's still a plank, but make sure your elbows are in under your armpits. Or you could be on your toes. Now, hold your plank with a proud head, or one more challenge for you today. If you want to come to your toes, you're going to tap your knees 5 times. Gently. 5. Proud head. 4. Soft mouth. Light fingertips. 3. Slightly bent elbows. 2. Proud head again. 1. Hold your plank, go to down dog, or I'm going to stretch. Child's pose for me. Wherever you've gone, breathe in 6, breathe out 8. I'm going to wait. Keep going. Get all the way to 8. Don't you quit. Feels good to completely empty yourself out. And then let's come on to our backs. So, when you're laying onto your back, if it becomes difficult to see me, you're going to start just by hugging the knees into center. This helps us to orient. It also is the best way to massage your back and to get a back to neutral again. So it helps us to re-neutralize the spine from all of our work. Maybe you get inside from doing some weeding, or you did a run, or you were sitting still too long. This simple pose is the best way to re-neutralize the spine that's out of whack. Now, we're going to put our feet on the ground. We're going to let them go to one side, doesn't matter which. Notice I did a lift and shift with my hips, so I'm very comfortably laying on the outside of one hip. And then I'll decide if I want to drape the arm away from the legs. I may or may not do the arm part. Don't be so worried on extending an arm, and please don't care if your shoulder touches, that you don't feel grounded in the legs. So we definitely want stability in the legs, and then maybe a little lean back in the shoulder, maybe a drape of the arm. Breathe into the top rib cage. Like your breath is inflating a rainbow or a souffle. But you have no idea how to make a souffle, so it pops and you exhale and it sinks down. Nobody can even tell it was a souffle to start with. Let's try that one more time. Breathing in, feeling the stretch, the rise, the inflation, and then the exhale, the release. Let's try the other side. Remember, a little lift and shift in the hips, getting fully comfy on the outside of the ribs, the outside of the hip, the outside of the legs. And then maybe we let an elbow drape back. Maybe an arm drapes back. Or you know what? Maybe we keep that hand right on its torso. Your legs will be stretching the spine in the lower half. What you do with the arm may or may not feel good to add some more into the upper half. That's all. No beginner or advanced, just meeting your body where it's at today. Breathing in for 6. If you can't get all the way to 6, you pause and you hold what's called the retention phase while counting to 6. I know you can exhale to 8. Maybe as you exhale, envision like a dark cloud, like a cartoon plume of smoke, just leaving your body. All the things that need to go. All right, coming on back. Re-neutralize the spine, right? Maybe you don't like what you feel after a twist. Maybe the twist is lingering. We don't want to walk around feeling like that. But notice how when you do a simple knee hug, anything negative that you may have felt abated. And even if it's just a bit, and we feel better. Now we're going to finish up with 2 moves, very good together for thyroid stimulation. First is going to be your inversion of choice. We've got a bridge. Don't let your knees go wider than your hips or your toes turn out. Everything's facing forward, knees at hip width, feet under their knees, toes facing forward. Shoulder bridge. Or you lift your legs up, you catch your booty, shoulder stand. Try not to let your legs come back with pressure on your neck unless you're on purpose, an advanced yogi trying to do plow. If you're not trying to do plow, continue working to stretch the legs higher. Final option, if you're practicing full wheel at home without a spot, you can push up off the hands. Either way, I hope you're in one of these by now and you're breathing and you're trying to tamp down the stress response and all the nasty chemicals that go with it. Even though we're still stressed with our practice being difficult, we're tamping down that response with our breath. Coming down safely from wherever you've been. And a knee hug for spinal neutralization. That's pose 1, an inversion. Pose 2 is now fish or Matsyasana. Again, this together is very good for your thyroid. What you do is, if you're not familiar with fish, you'll work with me. Otherwise, go ahead into it on your own. For fish, you come up onto your elbows. You extend your legs straight, straight, straight. A slight point at the ankles. That doesn't mean grippy toes, loose toes. Now, when my elbows are under my shoulders, I'm too high, my head can't touch, that's incorrect. So I start putting my rings in my back pockets, so the elbows are now under the ribs more than the shoulders, therefore my shoulders aren't as high, and when my rings are in my back pockets enough, the head touches. That is correct. We're not sinking. Imagine there's a string tied to your chest and I'm lifting it up. Your head is fully supported, your neck is not working. The ankles are pointed, the toes are not cramped. And again, there's a lift to the chest. Breathe in 6. Breathe out 8. You'll do that 1 or 2 more times until you know it's time for a knee hug. You'll know. You know far more about you than I do. You know far more about you than your doctor. You need to take an active role in your health. Breathe in and breathe out. Alrighty. So now if you hadn't been holding on to the knees, go ahead and grab them. We're going to finish up here by rolling up to the top. Holding your boat, or if you feel like you're in poor form, put your feet down, get tall, and join the boat again. Feet together, hands together. We're going to stir our cauldron 4 times. This will be our big finale. So, feet are together. Stir your cauldron really slowly. The first one's hard, and then the second and third and fourth are hard. So do it again. And one more each way. Keep those feet together. Breathe in. Last one, stir that cauldron. And then feet on the ground. We're going to do the 6 spinal movements you should do every day. And then I'll let you go. Every day. You can do this in an office chair, in an airplane, whatever. They are forward and backward, cats and cows. That's numbers 1 and 2 of the 6 spinal movements you should do every day. I feel like I'm getting hit by a gust of wind in the front and then a gust of wind in the back. Spinal flexion and extension. Number 3 and 4 is side flexion, right and left. Okay, so you should go forward and backward every day, and side to side every day. Okay, make sure you're doing it even, whichever side you started on, finish on the other. And then numbers 5 and 6 are rotation. Stay tall while you're rotating. Don't do this. I don't even want to show you. Don't get short while twisting. It's no good. One more each way. Stay tall, tall, tall. One more. Tall, tall, tall. Alrighty, breathing in 6. You've got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it if you can't breathe in anymore. We're all breathing out together. 8. Bowing head to hands. Thank yourself for your practice. I thank you for coming. Let's just keep moving together. We're going to get through this. Love you guys. Bye.